and I'm very glad to welcome you here on stage. So we've set up your stage here. There's the system and this, or you can choose the microphone whatever you like. So thank you very much for joining us here on stage. Thank
you. Good afternoon, everyone. Glad to be here to give a brief introduction about openEuler's future. So I'm Yan Jun from Institute of Software, Chinese Academy of Sciences, and also a standing committee member of openEuler community. So the topic today is Future Unfolded, exploring the vision of openEuler. First, I would like to give some latest data about openEuler. This data is just updated this morning, and we can see we have already have 11,000 repositories, 162,000 pull requests, and 1.3 million global downloads. And most important, we have more than 1,500 enterprise members, and we have 18,000 contributors. So openEuler is actually it's a very large community. And go back to 4 years ago, openEuler is just about 1% market share in China server operating system. But at the end of last year, we reached more than 36%. So it's a really fast-growing OS distribution. So, but that is not, however, that is not my topic today. My topic today is where shall we go? Where we are going to do in the next step. So as we all know that the intelligent computing era has arrived. We can see a lot of new hardware technologies like no voluntary memory, domain-specific architecture, high-speed communications, and as well as energy constraint. On the other hand, we have diverse new application demands. So here we take operating system as innovation engine to meet versatile scenarios. How we achieve this? From two aspects. One aspect is operating system for AI, and another is AI for operating system. So here's the details. On one hand, we offered end-to-end AI DevOps, like programming assistance. We have Euler Copilot, which has been mentioned this morning, and we have AI shell command for auto completion and recommendation. We also have we are also working on a coding compilant like Copilot X from GitHub. So we also did a lot of things to improve the performance of openEuler, from the AI configuration, AI tuning. On the other hand, we have AI assistant operation and management. We offer a lot of AI frameworks, libraries, drivers, operators. We also encapsulate AI apps in containers like Docker and like Isola. Also, we support heterogeneous hardware with unified scheduling, and we also improve the inference by concurrent inference more than 50%. So as Dr. Xun has mentioned yesterday, we have a lot of developers, like 18,000 developers. So we have a collaborative development for full stack innovation. And now we have more than 400 code repositories for innovation projects, with an average of 10 new innovation projects each month. So openEuler is not just for server operating system, but also for many other scenarios, like cloud and embedded computing. We have already employed openEuler to some typical scenarios like multimedia conference, smart factories. We now build openEuler as a contribution platform for global developers with other open source foundations. For example, openEuler has already had native support for OpenStack. This has done with OpenInfra Foundation. The members from openEuler has already been the leading kernel contributors. And we also have many native support for major projects in Linux Foundation. We also give full stack native support for big data like Spark, Flink under Apache Foundation. And Beijing GDK, which is compatible with OpenGDK, has also had the compatibility certification from Eclipse. So we also have many communication platforms for global developers like LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, Reddit. We have, in order to, for the convenience of global developers, we not only hosted our projects in Git, but also in GitHub and GitLab. So if you wanted to experience openEuler today, you can download from the website with different images like ISO images, cloud images, container images. We also have a Windows subsystem for Linux WSL version of openEuler. You can also use virtual machine to install openEuler, and you can also play with Raspberry Pi. So last, but I think the most important part, I want to give a brief introduction about Open Source Promotion Plan, OSPP. I think this is very important for students here today. This OSPP is initiated by ISCAST and openEuler from 2020. It's an alternative to Google Summer Code. I think many students may have heard of Google Summer Code, GSOC. GSOC started from 2005. Actually, I was a student at that time, and I was one of the first participators of GSOC. So from 2020, we started an alternative to GSOC called OSPP. We want to bring mentors from communities and students from universities to make contributions to open source. So this year is summer 2024. It's the first year. We have more projects, more mentors, and more fellow students. And specifically, we have many students from different countries, like Europe, like British, France. We also have students from Canada, American, and also have students like from India, Pakistan. But it's a pity that till now we don't have students from Vietnam. So we strongly welcome mentors and students from Vietnam to join in OSPP. And then together we build a shared future. This is my talk today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to ask you about the last slide. That is a student program. When will be the next season, and when can people apply for it? One second. Yeah.
Yeah, there's an official website. Maybe you can take pictures from that slide. And there's a guide menu for students from different countries to foreign countries. There's an English version of the website. You can visit it.
Yeah. So yeah, please take out your phone and take a picture of this so you have it as a memory. Hồng Phúc, can you please say this in Vietnamese?
Yeah. Mấy bạn có biết tới cái chương trình này chưa vậy? Chưa, thì nên chụp hình tại cái chương trình này giống như là chương trình mà nếu mấy bạn có tham gia với Google Summer of Code đó, còn cái này là của openEuler thì có giải thưởng rất là cao. Là cái này là lớn nhất mà bên Khoa Huệ tổ chức cho toàn cầu, những trên thế giới rất là nhiều người tham gia. Thì cái này là mở cho sinh viên vừa học được rồi người ta lại có mentor lại hướng dẫn nữa. Đây là một cái chương trình global coding program rất là lớn. Thì chị muốn nhắc lại là khi các anh này nói chuyện cái nào mà các bạn không rõ đó thì trên cái tường có cái scan để mà translation á, các bạn có thể scan cái đó để mà đọc theo cái translation. Có câu hỏi gì không? Bạn này có câu hỏi gì không? Thì khi mà mình đi học đúng không? Thì chị mình ở trường học thôi, còn mấy anh này là làm trực tiếp tại những công ty luôn, là làm trực tiếp những công ty lớn, chẳng hạn như là muốn ra trường, muốn có việc làm thì muốn biết được là technology nào mà sử dụng ở những công ty á, có câu hỏi gì có thể đặt ra câu hỏi. Thì chỉ có cái bạn translation ở đây á, em có thể nói bằng tiếng Việt thì các bạn sẽ dịch lại. Cái bài này nghe có gì khó hiểu không?
Okay, I know nothing about what Hong said, but it's very, I think it's a very successful project in China. There are a lot of Chinese college university which they can apply the case or project, and the money is not so much, but it's very interesting that if you take some project and finish it, and the project will funding some money. So for student, maybe Dr. Wu, you can explain the much about the project.
So the standard of accomplishment is not only to submit pull requests, but also has been merged into the project's mainline. So money, you can see it 8,000 and 12,000. This is two different levels. The 8,000 for the simple, the basic levels, and the 12,000 for hard, advanced levels. So this is two levels. So I think it's not easy. Maybe it is not easy, but I think through this process, just like Hong said, I can guess that you get a lot of technology, open source experience.
So not only about the price, but also about the experience and the knowledge they will gain, so that they can prepare themselves for the industry later on after their universities. So this is what you want to say, right?
Yes.
Hồi nãy anh này nói là cái số tiền thì không bao nhiêu, nhưng mà các em thấy đó, nếu đổi ra 3 tháng là 27 triệu thì cũng được đúng không? Nếu mà viết code vừa đi học mà vừa viết code 3 tháng 27 triệu thì cũng đâu có ít lắm đâu. Rồi sau là cái giá rồi là cái 8.000, còn cái 12.000 là 47 triệu thì cũng đâu có ít lắm đúng không? Hồi xưa chị đi học đi làm cũng đâu kiếm được cái số tiền này. Thì vừa có thể học được, vừa có thể là có kiến thức, mà vừa có thể đảm bảo cuộc sống, hỗ trợ cho mình luôn. Thì các em có thể xem thì yêu cầu á, tại vì ở bên đây người ta có một số cái phần mềm open source. Thế cái chuyện mà các em phải làm đó là tìm hiểu về cái phần mềm này và viết code. Thì mỗi lần các em viết code đó, thì nếu mà cái code của em á, được merge vô cái phần mềm này á, thì coi như là thành công, đúng không? Thì họ đang, lý do mà cái đội này họ ở đây là tại vì họ muốn tìm những cái bạn mà talent ở Việt Nam để contribute vô những cái open source project. Thì open source project đó là contribute for good cause, đúng không? Tại vì nhiều người cùng có thể sử dụng, vừa có ích cho sinh viên luôn, mà vừa có ích cho cộng đồng. I'm sorry.
Cool. So who would be interested generally to become a summer intern for openEuler and Huawei and these kind of projects here? Who would be interested? Show me your hands.
Có ai quan tâm tới cái chuyện này không thì giơ tay. Có ai quan tâm giơ tay lên các bạn. Giơ tay lên, có gì đâu mắc cỡ.
Yes. Okay, so quite a few people, yeah? Okay, cool. So yeah, some insights here. So it's up to 42 million Vietnam dong. Yeah, up to 42 million Vietnam dong. I think it's quite nice for a summer internship. So I don't think it's it's low, so it's really good. And so we've talked about this. We've talked about the opportunity for you guys here in the room, and of course for everyone in Vietnam, but around the world. And the question now is, how can you start? How can you start your career in this sector, in Linux, in openEuler, and in the technology scene? And this is about the next presentations that we have now to learn more about the technology. And we have the next speaker coming up. It is George Kao. So George, please come on stage. And yeah, I would like to share quickly a few facts about George. So George is a senior software engineer of openEuler. He serves as a software engineer in the community, where he plays a pivotal role in shaping the community's infrastructure. As a maintainer of the infrastructure SIG group and a member of the technical committee, George's responsibilities span across crucial areas, including community CI/CD, service pipeline construction, and comprehensive community membership, and a repository management. So quite a lot of responsibilities here, and yeah, we are eager to learn more from you about this. Here the control, the microphone online, or just take this one.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm George from infrastructure team of openEuler community. Yeah. Glad to be here to share with you the development of openEuler and how openEuler started to be a developer-friendly community, the topic of my speech today. Yeah. Okay, I will introduce you from the following four aspects. Our team overview, cloud native DevOps, cloud native application design, and the future plans. First of all, the infrastructure team overview. The infrastructure team is one of the earliest teams built in the community. After 4 years of the development, we have established 5 special interesting groups. They are infrastructure SIG, gatekeeper SIG, CI/CD SIG, open design SIG, and the reproducible build SIG. Yeah, our team members has grown from 5 to nearly 20. The scope of our work is also expanding. We are mainly responsible for the community development process, such as code hosting, the pull request check, package building, and software signature. We also support the community operations, such as community websites, member management, meeting management, and email service, and the data dashboard. Yeah. So we are going to talk about the infrastructure landscape, and you can look at this picture. Yeah. As you know, openEuler is a completely open source community. So when we build our own infrastructure, most of the services are developed from open source projects of the well-known community. Take a look at this one. Take a look at this one, GNU Mailman. Maybe you have used it before, which we use it as our mail list service. We also use Jenkins to build CI pipeline and OBS from OpenSUSE to build and distribute our packages. You may also find a bunch of projects from the CNCF. Yes, we have the Nginx Ingress, which is used as our reverse proxy server and as a simple API gateway. Argo CD is also used to centralize our applications, the changes and code into our production environment. We also use a Vault from HashiCorp as our sensitive data background, as well as Corpora. Corpora is from Fedora, and we have enhanced the Corpora in several ways to make it running better in a corporate cluster. Yeah, lots of projects. This part, I will give you the overview of infrastructure architecture. Actually, there are two tiers in our infrastructure. For the first tier, we use Terraform files to centralize and to create all the basic IaaS resources, includes the VPC, database, storage device, the virtual machine, and the physical machines. For the second tier, here is all about the Kubernetes clusters. We have master cluster to run key components, and the worker cluster to run different applications in different regions and different clouds. Now, we have 160 servers, six Kubernetes clusters, and more than 300 virtual machines to support nearly 20,000 developers in openEuler community. Yeah, it's a huge infrastructure. Okay, we are going to the next part. It's about cloud native DevOps. I will share some experiments and some best practice with you on how we deploy application in the cloud native way. There are 4 parts. Yeah, the first part is about deployment standardization. Most infrastructure services of the openEuler community are deployed on the Kubernetes cluster, so services need to be containerized. Containerization brings us many benefits, such as easy migration between different clouds, easy tracking of every deployment change, and reduce deployment time and application recovery time. So we have made some efforts in standardization. Containerize application, change log outputs, manage image repository, and health check. The second part is about configuration separation. Yes, in the whole service deployment process, we divided different responsibilities by application developer, DevOps engineer, and infrastructure maintainer. Yeah, application developer are only responsible for service deployment and container constructions. DevOps engineer are responsible for service resource interconnection, such as ingress and database configuration. Infrastructure maintainers are responsible for service release and use Argo CD to centralize services on IaaS resources. Okay, the part 3 and part 4 is about GitOps and automation. Part 3, we use Git repositories to store configuration files and to centralize with Argo CD while deploying infrastructure services. In this way, services can be quickly brought online, historic versions can be managed, and service reliability and security can be further improved. The last part is about automation. Actually, there are 3 different cases. Take a look at this one. This picture shows from pull request submission to website preview, from code merges to Jenkins build and publish, from new configuration files to service cache clearing and to notification. All steps are automated. Okay, we are going to the next part. During this part, I will share some useful applications that we have been working on to make them better running in the Kubernetes cluster. The first one is about bots. So if you guys have ever been in the open source communities, you must have learned that there is a bot application used to collect all the different applications into the pull request. For example, if the developer submits a new PR, the maintainers will use the bot application to check the commit to perform the CLA check, as well as sign or unsign a PR for someone and post comments on the pull request. Our bot application is named Yabot, which is based on the idea of Pro project from CNCF, and we proved it through several aspects. The first is robust. It means each single plugins will be separated in the container, and it's easy to replicate it. If one of the plugin crashes, it does not affect the whole application. Yeah. The second improvement is about the highest throughput. Yes, we use Kafka to receive the message from the code platform as well as the delivers. And other improvements focus on multiple platform support and multiple developing language support. The second application is the meeting bot. Yes, have meeting is an essential requirement in the community. As we have about 10 meetings per week, so we have created our own version of meeting bot. Our meeting bot supports multiple meeting platforms such as Room, Winlink, and Tencent. And you can book meeting via website or WeChat app. Rewatch the meeting video via YouTube or Bilibili. Actually, the architecture of the meeting bot is quite simple, and most of the